All right, welcome back to Omni Garage. So, what do you reckon? Christmas has come early for Omni Garage.
I know, this is awesome. So, courier turned up in the driveway the other day, asked me if it was my house as I'm pulling in the driveway. When I saw what he had, I said, yes, sir. And here we are. Ryobi have sent us a few little gifts for Christmas. And pretty excited about these. These are gonna live in your garage because you've been looking for this upgrade. The key on here is this, right? 36 volt. How exciting.
So Omni Garage has only experienced 18 volt. Everything we own is 18 volt.
Yep.
And we've been wanting to get into 36 volt, which I think is really good for those tools where you want a bit more run time, you want a little bit more sort of powerful tool, which is perfect for garden range. And so 36 volt is exciting for us to try out.
What I'm excited about with all of this is that it sounds like this lawnmower here, so this is top of the range in New Zealand at the moment for Ryobi's 36 volt lawnmowers. You can put 2 batteries in here for extra performance, and then this 730 CFM. This is going to be a huge upgrade over your 18 volt, and I mean this is probably going to be a front runner. I mean 730 CFM compared to anything else on the market, that's right up there.
Yeah, so I've had experience with that 18 volt one there, which is 425 CFM.
It says it right on the side, yeah.
So yeah,
double the output.
Should we get in here and unbox a few of these and just...
Yeah, let's tear them open, have a look, see what we've got in here.
All right, so we'll start with Ryobi's 36 volt. I think this is a jet blower.
Yeah,
yes, a jet blower. So this is 730 CFM. Whew. That is up there. So I think, so we use jet blower for blowing off leaves and tidying up, you know, getting rid of the grass and stuff off the footpath there, and also for drying the car. So 425 is my experience with my one over there. I think you want a minimum of at least 5.
Yeah, I've got 530 on the blower that I'm using at the moment.
And that's nice.
Oh, that's really nice, yeah. So this is going to be awesome, I reckon.
So 730, that's a next step up, right?
Yeah, this is going to make things like drying the car.
And this is the kit. So we do have a 6 amp hour battery coming with this one. Cool. So that's the nozzle.
I think there's a rubber attachment on there, isn't
Yeah, this is really nice. So this is super good when we come up close to the car, you know, if we accidentally bump it. This is a new addition to all the leaf blowers I've seen. I mean, this is sort of becoming a trend type thing at the moment, but that's going to look real nice on there.
And your trouble at your blower at the moment is that the tip blows off every time you go and use it.
Yeah, so
it's really nice
up this end here, 2 of the things are broken off, so when you push those in to pull it off, it like shoots out. So
what else have we got in there? We got the
this looks like charger,
which we'll definitely need because we've got no 36 volt tools at the moment.
That's the key, I think. So if you were starting to come into a new range, if you were going to go into 18 volt or to 36, I think you need to buy a kit. So you get the tool, you get a battery, and you get a charger. And then once you've sort of built up some batteries and stuff, then you can go for your tool only type stuff. So this is Ryobi 36 volt charger. And we've got our lithium ion battery in here. We do have this is a 6 amp hour.
6 amp hour, yep, that's the one.
And then we've got the main part of the tool here.
Now what we're going to be doing is our traditional style with our Ryobi videos. We're going to do specific product videos on each of these tools once we've had a chance to experience them and use them in real life. So I'm not going to walk you through every feature of this, but gee, that's pretty big, right?
Check out the back of that.
Look at the back. So if we brought the 18 volt tool into shot here as well, hold that in that hand.
Obviously I haven't got this.
So look at the size difference between the tool.
I don't know how to show that. Look at the back of that. Far out.
Yeah, it's going to make drying the car a lot easier. A lot easier. That thing looks awesome. Hey, key on this tool. What does the turbo button look like?
Turbo button's on top.
Okay.
So ergonomically,
yeah,
feel better.
That's so much easier than the other one.
Whereas on my old one, the turbo button is on top, but it's kind of like it's like a button. You really got to push it in.
Drying a ceramic coated car is one of my favourite things to do, and I hate doing it at your house because I have to use that turbo button on that blower. So I'm so excited.
And also 400 CFM is not enough. You need at least 500 plus to be drying the car. So 700 is probably real overkill, but
check that out.
oh, that is so nice. And then maybe on top.
Yeah, that'll align with, will that align with the bottom? Does that go that way?
Might do.
That pops over the top like that?
Oh yeah, it sits inside those little teeth in the inside there. Wow, check that out. And so we do have cruise control, so this is a push that down and that sort of locks the trigger in and then you can release it. Variable trigger.
Love any Ryobi tool that has that HP badge on it. Look at that. 36 volt HP Whisper series.
So this is the highest CFM 36 volt blower that they make. Ryobi does make another one in the 36 volt that's 525. So I think that's probably a nice spot. So if you had a few leaves you wanted to blow off your driveway and you maybe weren't using it to dry your car, you might want to go for that. And if you were just a small yard, a couple of leaves, etc., then you could probably come to an 18 volt with around that 400 odd CFM. But this is definitely something pretty mega. So we put a battery in there and start.
Yeah, let's chuck a battery in.
All right, so this is a 6 amp hour battery. It's pretty big.
Yeah, that is. What about the weight?
Yeah, it's heavy? Pretty heavy as well.
Just curious to know if it's going to be charged up. Oh, look at that little handle.
Little handle, and on the back, just like all the other Ryobi batteries, you've got how much juice it has. Which,
fuel gauge.
Oh, we've got a couple of bars there.
Couple of bars. Right, chuck it in. I want to hear this thing.
Well, it's Whisper series. It does say 95 LWA, which is decibels. I would say that's probably close up to the tool. And then it goes to...
Goes down to like 50 something.
Goes to 57 decibels when you are 5.3 meters away.
Okay.
So if you were kind of like the neighbor, it's probably going to be pretty quiet. If you're up really close to the tool, it's going to be pretty loud. That one there, that 18 volt one,
it's like 97 decibels?
Is 94 decibels and 107, so it should be slightly quieter. Oh, that adds quite a lot of weight to it.
Does it?
Yeah. That is pretty heavy.
All right, let's have a listen. And turbo? That's quiet.
It is pretty quiet.
It's really quiet. On turbo mode, turbo? Yeah, that's putting out some volume. That's awesome. That's cool.
You can definitely feel, it doesn't like blow your arm back.
Nah,
but
it's
you
quiet.
can definitely... That's pushing out some volume.
I'm excited to try that tool. Should we hop into the next one? Cordless edger. Have a play with that. So this tool here, the cordless edger, this is actually 2 of our most popular videos to date on the channel have been of the cordless edger. I love this tool. So happy that we discovered this tool because in the past we used a line trimmer to do the job of an edger.
So there's very little difference between the 18 volt and the 36 volt here. They both have a 220 millimeter blade and they both cut to 38 millimeters in depth.
Yeah, they've got 4 height settings, so the same as on the 18 volt tool. You can change between those 4 modes there. The difference that we've noticed on here, as Glenn said, that blade's exactly the same. Always nice to have a new blade on those, but the trigger mechanism is different. On the 18 volt tool, you have a button. On this one here, it's much like the edger that you're using, the line trimmer, sorry. It's got a variable speed, or it says on the box, variable speed trigger there. So that's the key difference in this tool. Everything else should perform pretty much exactly the same as the 18 volt one, and we love that 18 volt tool.
Yeah, and so here's my advice. If you already had 18 volt tools, and you already had a lot of batteries and stuff, and you were just wanting to get an edger just cause, just stick with the 18 volt one.
Yeah, I think the reason that we're so excited to get our hands on this is that way you can have all of your garden tools matching in the 36 volt range. You're not having to swap out multiple batteries. You should get those all over to the 36 volt.
Yeah, that's if you're already bought into the 36 volt
correct
ecosystem. And I suppose instead of it clipping in at the back, it's sort of the 36 volt battery just slides into the back.
So what I'm keen to know on this one here is if we grab that battery,
and this is a tool only, so you would need to buy a battery and you would need to buy a charger.
So although we haven't quite set up the tool, I'm just keen to know how this variable trigger works. Yeah, that is. That is a variable trigger. That's really nice. So that to me is quite a big upgrade, I think, over the 18 volt tool, because on the 18 volt, as soon as you hit that trigger, you're spinning at full speed. And I think it's quite nice to ease in when you're putting it down in that gap between your concrete and your edge, before you go full bore,
yeah,
start sending sparks flying
everywhere. To initiate that cut.
Yeah, I think that there is going to be a nice little addition. This feels quite heavy too. I think it's because of the heavier battery.
The big battery.
6 amp hour.
That 6 amp hour 36 battery is heavy compared to 5 amp hour, etc.
But I mean, this is a nice tool. This is probably one of my favorite Ryobi garden tools. It's a fun one to use, and you guys will like the videos as well. So we've got full review of the 18 volt tool, and then obviously the 36 volt coming soon. We'll put it up against it. Let's check out this lawnmower. I'm really excited about this box here.
All right, so here we are. This is the last tool for us to unbox. I've had no experience at all with any of the Ryobi lawnmowers in the battery version. I do have an old school petrol mower there, the old Subaru engine, which they no longer make. It now is in a Yamaha engine, so this is new territory for us. So the one that's slightly below this has got the same depth and catcher size, etc., but it doesn't have some of the cool tech features, and it doesn't have the battery special feature that this comes with.
Yeah, it's called dual battery smart boost technology.
Yeah, and so do you know what that means?
So I'm reading it on the box here. It provides a performance boost and extended run time when 2 batteries are used. I mean, you should get an extended run time with 2 batteries, but performance boost?
Yeah.
I'm quite keen to see how that works out in real life.
So I don't really know, and I'm definitely no expert in this, but I would say, you know, when you're mowing, and especially around here at my place, I've got thick lawn, I've got thin lawn, I've got no lawn. And so I would say when it came to the thick lawn, it would just help to boost that performance a little bit, and then it would cut back to 1 battery.
Easy way for us to test. Put 1 in, give it a spin.
See what happens.
2 in, give it a spin.
And then this has also got some electronic features, like it's got a, you know, like a battery voltage power gauge to see how much battery power we have left. It's kind of like a little fuel cell on top there.
Pretty good cutting width as well on the deck. So you got 46 centimeters and cutting depth from 25 to 100 millimeters. So
yeah,
25,
10 odd
yeah,
changes there.
10 increments.
Yeah.
25 is probably where you want to be going on your Kikuya once it gets up and going.
And
but
we've
nice
got,
to go all the way up to 100.
And then I think it's a 55 litre catcher. Then you can then step it up to 1 extra level, and it's kind of the same mower, but it's just got what's that feature where it like...
Oh, self-propelled.
Self-propelled, where you just lock it in and it walks for you.
Yeah, so this is the non-self-propelled version.
Self-propelled.
The push.
Ryobi does make another 36 volt one, which is slightly lower in terms of quality and things like that. It doesn't have some of these cool features, and it's slightly cheaper as well. But this is right at the upper end of Ryobi's 36 lawnmower range. This also, as a kit, does come with a 6 amp hour battery, so that's really cool.
Let's tear into it.
Tear into it.
Working with.
Well, that's quite cool. So that tells you when it's time to get new blades.
Ah, okay.
And they've even given you a little bit of a cutout to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, good thing is blades are easy to come by for these.
And even a part number, that's very nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. I've typically sent blades in the past into a mower shop to get them sharpened, which you can do, but to be able to walk into a Bunnings, pick up a new blade, quickly swap it on, super easy.
And before I open this has just reminded me, these tools have got 6-year warranty. And so I highly recommend that you register your tool online, because that's the first thing that people say at Bunnings when you go to replace it. Did you register your tool online? And if you haven't, then it sort of gets a bit tricky.
Well, if you haven't, you've only got a 3-year, no, you've got 3 years on the battery and the charger, right? So 6 year.
Yeah, and then 6 year for the tool.
Yeah.
And also, that also timestamps when you got your tool, because you might have bought a tool and it's got a number, a year number. It might have been sitting on the shelf for a year or so, and then all of a sudden you then take it back and you go, well, no, I've actually bought this a year ahead of that manufacturing date, and they'll say, oh no, actually you're out of your 6 years or something. So it's just really helpful to register that tool, and then there's no questions asked when you do need to replace it.
And what Glenn's talking about is on the tools here, you'll see, so this one here's got a year, 2022. Quite a few of the Ryobi tools though have a production week date as well on there. So it may say, for the last week of December, it'll say 52/2022. So yeah, you're absolutely right, because sometimes those tools can be sitting around on a shelf for months before they get sold.
So here we have our charger.
It's a bit different too. It's a fast charger.
Fast charger.
Rapid charger. What do they call it?
Fast charger.
Fast charger.
And battery, just like what came in the other kit.
Another 6 amp hour. This is almost going to come out just in one go, right? Great thing about these electric lawnmowers is you don't have any fluids in there, so they can be stored any way you like.
We might have to do some assemble here.
I think we might.
This is our catcher bag. What do you reckon? Just straight lift it.
Here we go, very little assembly there. We literally have to set up the catcher, peel a bit of plastic off.
Yeah, just a little bit on the catcher.
Pop the battery in. And I like this too, easy edge. So that blade obviously comes all the way out, which means you can get up against things like fences. For an electric lawnmower, this thing looks pretty good.
So that is lock in there, that's quite nice. You want this thing to be able to collapse really easily, like so you can, you're right, stack it up there. With the other ones, you've got the handles you've got to unscrew and bend and bits and pieces, but no, this looks nice.
Yeah, sting your handles out that way.
I think it's just, there's just the two positions there, so it was either where it was.
Closed up or locked in. Yeah, and then you've got some modes on the top here.
So we've got Eco, Smart and Power, and then I guess those are different sort of settings there.
I like this, it'll give you a warning when the catch mulch blade check. We're gonna have to play with all of these in our full review video of it, but man, I think this looks pretty nice. You got the mulching kit in there at the moment.
Oh, so that's for your height adjustment.
Oh wow, that's a bit different. So you don't have one of those levers on the side of the machine.
No, where you like lift it on the side.
With this. Okay. Oh, and it's telling you, if you do that again, so you've got your height of cut over here. I think we need to hear this thing in action, don't you? I reckon we pull that mulching plug off, chuck a battery in here.
Rip it up.
Let's have a listen with one battery and with two. Put one battery in here first. Just keen to have a listen to this. So we've got it on the highest setting here. Just have a play with this. So you can change your modes on here. We don't know much about those yet. We're gonna have to learn that. But what I'm keen to try on here, it's interesting how quick that, that blade shuts off when you do release it. But I'm keen to put another battery in here and just see if it makes any difference to the noise. Like, are we getting additional power? Or is that?
So you put your extra battery in there, and then how do you, what's the engagement like? How do you turn it on?
So the engagement, so you want to press your button here. Well, first of all, on the top here, you can press your battery gauge.
So we've got two batteries there.
2 and 1. So we do need to charge these up, but press the button here to engage and then pull the trigger. I think that sounds louder.
So we've got two batteries in there.
We do.
So now there's only one battery.
I think that's about the same noise.
Sounds about the same.
I think we're going to see the difference when we actually get it out on grass and start using this. But I think for an electric lawnmower or a battery powered lawnmower, electric could be a plug-in, you don't want one of those, this thing looks pretty cool. I think where these lawnmowers look a bit odd is just this section here, right, where you're used to seeing a traditional lawnmower, but I think Ryobi have done this quite nicely with this Encade's piece here. 2 batteries is key on there as well, means you've got a lot of run time, and I do like how on your
I do that little, it's a little interactive feature there where you can see how your batteries are going. And you can see what kind of mode you're in. It sort of makes you feel.
Saves you having to come around here to have a look and check your status of your batteries this way, right? Like, I think that's quite nice. So I'm excited to see this up and running. Obviously we're in the middle of the lawn renovation series at the moment, so probably at least a few weeks off actually seeing this in action. But what we're going to be doing with these tools is putting them through their paces before we do our full videos, especially because we can compare some of these against the 18-volt counterparts. It's a little bit of a different one today, obviously doing an unboxing only of these tools and some initial impressions. And the reason there is normally our Ryobi videos, we've had the tools in the garage for a wee while and we really know them inside and out. So I don't think it's a fair representation of the quality of the tool for us to pull them out of the box, tell you guys our thoughts in a review without actually having played with them. Yeah,
so we're going to take these out into the garden, have a good go with them, trial them over a couple of weeks, and so we can really give you some good information.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to have 3 individual videos of these coming very soon as we've had an opportunity to get out in the sunshine and give them a go. And I think for me, the one I'm most excited about is that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Because I definitely need an upgrade from what I'm currently using.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to have our first go at the 36-volt range. So make sure you hit subscribe. Heaps more content to come. And as always, we've got that Ryobi playlist there with dozens and dozens of different tool reviews. Make sure you check that out. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
And thank you for Ryobi for sending us these products to have a play with and make some good content on. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.